we're talking about dance industry and when I started dancing, I actually started when I was really young, 4 years old. My mother used to put me in a lot of different dance classes to kind of get me into being more girly, as she says, instead of doing more tomboy stuff like Kung Fu. In terms of teaching, I actually started teaching at a lot of local schools and local dance studios. And not just teaching dance, but teaching music as well. But I did find that I was really interested in teaching dance, and that kind of persuaded me eventually to open my own dance studio. I do teach a variety of different dances, so I do teach ballet, and there's hip-hop, Zumba, but mainly our studio does try to promote Chinese dance. And that is because I feel that a lot of our younger generation of Chinese Canadians especially don't really know a whole lot about Chinese culture, especially with Chinese cultural arts. So I felt it was necessary to kind of teach them more about not just what Chinese New Year is about, but Chinese culture itself is very diverse. There's at least 56 different minority groups in China, which means there are at least 56 different types of dance that the kids can be learning. So really was inspired to teach more kids, a lot of the younger ones, more about Chinese culture. With a lot of the new dancers, especially with the younger kids, it's always about getting them motivated to practice at home or practice outside of class, because when they could be outside doing other things that are more fun, like playing playground. I mean, dance is also a lot of fun to the kids, but it's that motivation that they need, and that's part of me being as a dance teacher, is to try to motivate them and make sure that they're always enjoying themselves and always wanting to dance even outside of class. I have a lot of great moments when it comes to running the dance studio, but if we have to talk about more of my recent performances, my most memorable one would be the one that we collaborated with Taiwo, which is the Toronto Youth Wind Orchestra. And the reason why is because it was a fusion of Eastern dance with Western music, and we don't always see a whole lot of that, but it gives people a better sense of appreciation for Chinese dance, and especially more fun too, because for once we're actually using Western music and doing Eastern dance. So that was definitely something different for me when it comes to choreographing. Let's talk about the worst part first then. I would say just missing out on being with my friends and family. Running a dance studio is pretty much a full-time job, but I do gain an appreciation for teaching the kids, and I do love it every day. I don't complain about it, but I would say it's kind of good and bad. The best part is I get to be with these kids every day and see them so happy when they come to my dance studio and wanting to dance. So that's the kind of good and bad part of it. In terms of what determines a success is not for me how many kids or how many kids I get at the studio. It's really a matter of how many people I can inspire to like dancing, and especially with Chinese dancing as well, because like I said, not a whole lot of people appreciate it or know a lot about our Chinese dance. So I think my success is determined by how many kids are actually inspired to keep wanting to learn dance, and especially Chinese dance. In terms of the future, haven't thought too much about it, but I would eventually like to expand more of the dance studio and definitely work a lot more with other groups. I love collaborating with other people, whether it is another dance group or another orchestra. I think that would be just great, and just kind of get Chinese culture out there as well. If I wasn't a dancer, I haven't really thought about that. But I do work as a researcher at a pharmaceutical company, so I guess if I was not running my dance studio, I would probably pursue further into my medical study. For more spectacular videos and community news, please visit us at earsonline.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Weibo. Thanks!